So what if you could build one single AI app that runs on pretty much any device you can think of? We're talking old, new, Windows, Mac, all without ever needing to connect to the cloud. Well, that's the big promise behind a brand new SDK for Microsoft called Foundry Local. Let's dive in and break down what this really means for all of us.
All right, here's how we're going to tackle this. First up, we'll get into why local AI is such a big deal, like right now. Then we'll look at the cross-platform nightmare that developers have been stuck in. After that, the fun part, the proof that one app can truly run on any device. And finally, we'll show you exactly how you can get started yourself.
Okay, so let's start with the big picture. For the last couple of years, AI has mostly been a cloud thing, right? You connect to a giant server somewhere to get anything done. But now, we're seeing this huge shift. We're moving from just playing around with AI in the cloud to actually putting it to work right here, on our own devices. So the big question is, why now?
Well, it really boils down to three huge trends, all hitting at the same time. First, our hardware has just gotten insanely powerful. We've got these specialized chips called NPUs, that's neural processing units, plus powerful GPUs built into basically everything. Second, the AI models themselves are getting way smarter and way more efficient. And third, and this is a big one, the whole experience for developers trying to build this stuff is finally getting simpler. Now this slide, this is where it gets really interesting, because it kind of flips everything we thought we knew on its head. You see GPT 3.5 on the left? That's a massive, older model. But look at the right. That's a much smaller, newer model that's been quantized, which is just a fancy way of saying it's been cleverly compressed, kind of like zipping a file to make it smaller and faster. And check out the results. The smaller, smarter model is actually more accurate than the giant, older one. This is a total game changer. It means we can finally fit incredibly powerful AI right onto the devices in our hands. So why should you care about any of this? Well, there are three huge benefits. First, low latency. This means your app works perfectly even when you're offline. No internet, no problem. Second, data privacy. Your sensitive info, say personal health data, never ever leaves your device. It stays with you. And third, cost. Once the app is installed, running the AI is totally free. No more surprise subscription fees or cloud bills.
Okay, that all sounds fantastic, but it brings us to the massive problem that Foundry Local was built to solve. For developers, trying to make an app work on all the different types of hardware out there has been, well, a complete nightmare. And this right here, this shows you just how painful it was. A developer would have to write custom code just to figure out what kind of chip you have. Then they'd have to chase down an endless stream of bugs. They'd have to package the app separately for NVIDIA, then for Intel, then for AMD, then for Qualcomm, and then they'd have to do the whole thing all over again for Windows and for Mac. It was a fragile, frustrating mess. And this is the turning point. This is the whole reason we're talking about this. Instead of that four-step nightmare we just saw, Foundry Local, as they say it, just makes it simple. It's designed to completely get rid of all that complexity. So saying it's simple is one thing, but does it actually work in the wild? Talk is cheap, right? It's time to put Foundry Local to the test and see the actual proof. This is the million-dollar question. Could they really take the exact same application package, no tweaks, no changes, no recompiling, and have it just run on a bunch of completely different computers? And the answer was a resounding yes. Just look at this lineup. They tested a single app on 4 totally different machines, a standard Intel laptop from a couple years ago, an older AMD machine, a brand new Qualcomm PC with that dedicated NPU, and even a high-end PC with a powerful NVIDIA graphics card. The same app package just worked on all of them, flawlessly. But here's the part that really blew my mind. They didn't just test it on new, shiny machines. They took that same app and ran it on a PC from 2019 with just 8 gigs of RAM. And as the quote says, it still ran. This is huge. It means modern AI isn't just for people who can afford brand new computers. It can work on the hardware people already have. And for all the developers watching, this is the cherry on top. This is not just a Windows thing. The exact same app, giving you the exact same experience, also runs perfectly on macOS. One codebase, one package, all the platforms. So by now you're probably asking, okay, how does this magic trick actually work? Let's pop the hood in this last section and see how it works, and more importantly, how you can try it out for yourself. The secret sauce behind all of this is something called ONNX runtime.
The easiest way to think about it is like a universal translator for AI. It sits right between your app and the actual hardware. Your app speaks to ONNX, and then ONNX figures out what chip it's on and automatically translates and optimizes your code for that specific hardware. It'll grab the right driver, like CUDA for an NVIDIA card or QNN for a Qualcomm chip. The developer doesn't have to think about any of it. It just works.
So how easy is it to try? You're not going to believe it. It is literally 2 commands in a terminal. On Windows, you run that winget command. On a Mac, you use brew. After that's installed, you just run the second command to run a model. And that's it. It'll download what it needs and run right there, 100% locally on your machine. And, of course, once you've tried that and you're ready to build your own amazing application, this is the link you're going to need. Microsoft has the full SDK and a bunch of sample code ready to go, so you can start plugging Foundry Local right into your own projects.
And that really brings us full circle. For years, AI has been chained to the cloud, to a strong internet connection. This technology breaks those chains. It rips away one of the biggest roadblocks for developers and finally makes powerful AI accessible to everyone. The ability to build one app that runs privately and offline on almost any device. That's not the future, it's here now. So the only question left is, what will you build with it?